The Inside Sleeve with Robbie Buck on RN.
Basically, funk music is based around rhythm. I mean, it's all about the rhythm. James Brown was always talking about the one, as in the first beat of a bar. And so, basically bass lines are falling on the one and everything hits on the one, and then the rest of the bar can have, different, I guess, permutations of space, but as long as everything's falling in on the one, that's what James Brown talked about in relation to it being funky. Now, of course, the term is very much bastardized, and, this and that can be funky, but that, I think, is the raw sort of kernel of the idea.
Yeah. What drew you to it in the early days of your exploration? Why was it something that resonated with you?
I think just the rhythmic aspect, I keep talking about that, but it was so driving, and the kind of repetition of it, and how you could sit on a groove, and people like James Brown would their bands would lock into a groove, and they could just play that groove for 8 minutes, and then he might sort of go to the bridge or something, but then it would come back. And I think that's obviously kind of my musical reasons, but the other side of it is that I'm a big record collecting nerd guy, and I love to collect rare funk records, and especially back when the Bamboos was I guess around the late 90s, early 2000s, I was collecting a lot of funk records and listening pretty much solely to that genre at that point.
And indeed, that's how you released a lot of your early music, wasn't it? The 45s.
There was a scene going on in London at the time, and DJs were pulling out kind of the rare and independently produced tracks from America from the late 60s, early 70s. And this term deep funk that is bandied about is basically the name of a club night that was running in London. And a DJ named Keb Darge was sort of at the forefront of this movement. And then along with that, a bunch of young bands came up that were wanting to, recreate this music, and they were pressing up their music on the format of a vinyl 7-inch. So it was kind of a pretty wild and fascinating scene to sort of be reading about from down in Melbourne, and I just really wanted to be a part of it.
Okay, members of the Bamboos in the studio today to play live for you. Let's take a little listen to something that you've got for us, no doubt from your latest album, Medicine Man.
Actually, we're going to go back.
Are you?
We're going to go back for something that we don't often play, but we've pulled it out recently for this tour because we've been really enjoying it, and it's a tune called I Don't Want to Stop.
All right, the Bamboos live on your radio today.
When you ask me, do I think of you? I just want to say, like every day, even though you got someone that's true, it's all I do. 'Cause I'm a fool, it's true. I got loving on my mind, and I'd like to spend the time. So can we make one moment be forever? I don't wanna stop. No, I don't wanna stop. I don't wanna stop. No, I don't wanna stop. When you ask me, is it wrong or right? I just wanna say, let's run away. Won't you come and be with me tonight? Make it alright. Because I'm crazy about you, baby. I got loving on my mind, and I'd like to spend the time. So can we make one moment be forever? I don't wanna stop. No, I don't wanna stop. Yeah, I don't wanna stop. No, I don't wanna stop. Don't tell nobody. forever.
Wow, beautiful stuff. Thanks so much. Three of the Bamboos in the studio playing live for you today. Lance Ferguson, Kylie Auldist and Simon Marvin.
The Inside Sleeve with Robbie Buck on RN.